Welcome back. Hi. Welcome to Observational Bullshitting, Episode 3. This is going to be a weekly or so thing where I talk about politics, current events, my musical endeavors, random stuff. I get to walk through my apartment, and if you don't feel like wasting 10 minutes of your precious time, go fuck yourselves. Just don't watch this video. So the first topic is neighbors. Have you had neighbors who are so inconsiderate that you feel like going up there and just beating the living shit out of them? I have. I live in a wondrous apartment and I have these. Actually, this new batch of neighbors are good. They're normal. But before, I've had neighbors who I don't think they even lived there. So this is the pattern. Every night or every other night at 10 p.m. they came, and the apartment was completely empty because you could hear the footsteps, the clogs of they were wearing, and they would just walk one side of the apartment to the other side of the apartment. Clip, clop, clip, clop. And they would also, you have this, like, this sound, the office chair. And this would last, without exaggeration, all night. 10 p.m. until 5 a.m. or so. And then they would just leave, and the whole morning there would be no noise. And contrary to what people think, you have building walls, and those building walls don't really shield anything. They're just. I can hear my neighbors fart. I can hear them sneeze. It's not that bad, but like it's audible. So anyway, I tried talking to the landlady. Like, I can't hear anything. What should I do? Stuff. Here comes the revenge. You've seen my music room. I have fucking amps. And so I decided to give them the good old avant-garde musical treatment by turning on my 500 watt bass amp, putting it right next to the wall, turning on Pandora's, I think it was either Yoko Ono or some kind of avant-garde jazz Pandora station, for exactly 2 hours, 8 a.m. till 10 a.m. And while it's playing, I'm on my way to work. And then are you still there? Nope. Turning off. So it was so bad, it was so thunderous and obnoxious that it's like I basically smoked those assholes out of there and other things like that. I don't recommend you do that, but desperate times call for desperate measures. So next topic, impeach 45. impeach. Yeah, good luck with that. Yep. Meaning that it's such a shit show. Yeah. Next topic is not smoking. I don't know what happened to me, but I've been a smoker for most of my adult life, and even before then. Even like I was not, an addict cannot control themselves. I can't control themselves, or I could control myself. But lately, it's like a switch just got flipped. I can't even. Let me explain. I want to smoke, and I'm gonna go and buy myself smokes. But then the second I think of the feeling of dragging on a cigarette, I just feel nauseous, and I'm like, ugh, no. So I don't know what happened, and for those who are trying to quit, I wish you had what I have, and I can't even. Just thinking of cigarettes makes me want to throw up. So that's that. Next topic, Helix, Line 6 Helix. I've made some progress. I dialed in 22 songs into the Helix and I found several bugs. And I reported those bugs. And the bugs are like, I can already, as a computer programmer, I can already sense where the developers fucked up. But it's been otherwise pretty good minus the bugs. I found workarounds for those bugs. It's kind of upsetting that I can't use the features that are advertised completely because of those bugs. All right, if you're curious, there's a bug with momentary switching where you step and hold a button. It's supposed to engage some kind of a sound. You release the foot, it stops the sound. In my case, and in other people's have found ways as well to have that functionality reversed. So that means that you press and hold the button, and then you release the button. It still is engaged. And now you press and hold it, it turns off as opposed to turning on. So it's a little frustrating, but I found a way to that works for my setup and my set. So the next thing is me and many other musicians go through their gear, and like I have a bunch of different guitars. And I sometimes feel guilty that I'm neglecting some of them. And my Les Paul Classic 2000 model has been on the wall, but I just decided to pick it up. And you know what? It's got its advantages. The dual volume and tone knob configuration, I think, is amazing. I think more guitars should have at least the volume solo kind of circuits, so you can dial into different volumes and switch between the two. So I started using it again, and I was like, wow, this thing is a Cadillac of guitars. I'm actually taking it today to a studio. Today meaning Thursday. I'm taking it to the studio to record some stuff, and yes, that's my Les Paul with a Stats bar. It's been played by Les Paul himself. Actually touched and played this guitar in 2007 or 8 and signed it. Anyway, so that's that. Oh, here's my cat. Yeah, I think it's going to be a thing about every one of my videos. All right, next thing. Back to my neighbors. Have you ever had neighbors who either deliberately or inadvertently do stuff to you just to piss you off? I have. I've been living in this place for 10 years, and 6 out of those 10 years, my neighbors, if you've seen my gate, it's a crappy wooden gate that's ready to fall apart. I don't know if you can see it. But it opens into the alley, so somebody repeatedly, when they do, everybody a service and clean up the snow, they pile up the snow against my gate, and I cannot open the gate if it melts and freezes. One time in 2017, I was on vacation, and it snowed, it melted, and then it froze, and I come home and I can't open my gate because there's a big ice bank. I can't open my gate, so I went to a hardware store. I had to buy a hammer to smash the ice. I wrote signs. I illustrated to them on those like flyers, like, don't do this. I can't open my gate because this. I wrote it in Spanish. I wrote it in English. I pointed. Like, here, no snow here. Nope, still the same. So now I got, and what's worse is I can't even catch those fuckers because they by the time I wake up, they already shovel the snow. So now I've got a security camera. So hopefully now I can catch those assholes in there. And I myself clean up the snow as well. I'm like, here, see, I cleaned up the snow and I did not bury your door, and my door can open. Why can't you do the same? Speaking of apartments, my landlord is quite something. My landlord. So there was a fire in the basement on Christmas Day in my building, and I saw the wiring a month later, and it looks horrendous. The insulation is stripped. Con Edison, which is an electric company, patched it up so that I would have electricity. Well, the whole building would have electricity, and it just looks like a piece of crap. It's a joke. And this guy who bought the building a few years ago did not even bother showing up and expecting the damages. Unbelievable. So this guy went on vacation. And while he's on vacation, there's nobody in charge. There's literally nobody in charge. And the heat goes. And then electricity goes. Right now I have both back. But how the hell do you buy a building for several $1 million and act like it's a piece of crap? It's ridiculous. All right. Lastly, I'm still trying to kind of hone the format of daily, kind of weekly updates, not daily. I'm going skiing next week, so I'm going skiing to Mountain Creek. Skiing is awesome. It's a lot of fun. And for the very first time in my life, I'm staying at the resort on premises. I'm not going to any motel or any Airbnb. I'm staying at the actual ski resort so that I leave the house and I'm skiing. I stop skiing, I go back and and go into the lodge. So thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. And yeah. Thanks for watching. It's I don't think there's any other video series like this one. Bye-bye.